biggest threats to personal trainers over the next 5 years? I'm going to give you the 5 options on this. Let's go from 5 upwards. So it would be the lowest threat you perceive out of those.
This might surprise some people. I'm going to go AI.
Ooh, that does. So I thought that would be further up.
Maybe in the future, there might be a robot that'll train you or something. But yeah, just not a threat at the moment.
We're going to have a bit of fun on this episode. It is going to be a very different episode. We're going to bounce back and forth. We're going to ask each other a whole bunch of questions and just ranking different categories from education to business skills to what it takes to really thrive in our amazing industry.
Dan, blind ranking. You need 10 new clients in 30 days with 0 ad spend.
Ooh.
You good?
Yeah.
Message every past client and lead in your phone with a comeback offer.
I'm going to go number.
Cool. All right. Post a client transformation story every single day for 30 days.
Well, that's pretty solid as well. I mean, social proof is one of the 6 core influences for human behavior. So I'm going to go number 3. This is for fitness professionals that want to go from being really good at their craft, being a good coach, a good PT, to just being an amazing business owner. There's 5 skills from least important to most important. So sales, marketing, coaching, leadership, financial literacy.
So number 5, I'm going to say
welcome to a special episode of Profit Made Simple. Today we have a returning guest. He was one of our very first episodes. We had a lot of fun in doing so. I think we laughed more than actually had a podcast episode, but it's great to have the one and only Jono P back on 100 episodes later.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I think I was you said one of the first?
You were number 1.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's how you got me on there. You said you're going to be the first. So
you were the first. It was a lot of fun. We've done 120 episodes since then.
You've come a long way.
I hope so.
Fancy studio. I like this studio, Dan. I've been to a few podcasts here. And now I even just hang out here in my spare time because this studio, if you haven't been, it's like all the top entrepreneurs in Sydney do their podcasts here.
They do.
So I'm like, if I want to,
I don't know how they let me in, but
I don't know how you got in. So if I just want to network with entrepreneurs, I just
hang out here.
Come here, pretend I'm in the area, and sweet. So good to be here.
Yeah, great to have you, mate. And this one's a little different. So if you want a laugh and you want to hear more about Jono, his story, how he went from having the last ranked boot camp franchise business.
Just rub it in. Just lead with that.
In the country to now owning multiple 7-figure fitness businesses, then that is a must listen. There's so many pearls of wisdom. But today you and I are going to do some blind rankings.
Blind rankings. You're still young enough to know what that is, Dan?
No, I don't. I had to do some research around this.
Yeah. And I think you got it wrong as well. I think these aren't actually blind.
No, it's because I gave you the answers. So we're struggling already. But we're going to have a bit of fun on this episode. It is going to be a very different episode. We're going to bounce back and forth. We're going to ask each other a whole bunch of questions and just ranking different categories from education to business skills to what it takes to really thrive in our amazing industry. And look, it could be anything. It
could be really good or really bad.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's kick it off, eh?
Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I know the answer, so
I gave you the answer.
You should be stressed on your one.
So look, first one is you obviously specialize in the education space.
Yep.
You have done so for a long time.
Yep.
I'm an experienced exercise professional. I want to upskill. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want you to rank out of the 5 options in order. We'll go from least to best.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay. So the 5 options are this in terms of learning: online courses, podcasts, conferences, mentorship, and working under a great coach.
Love it.
All right. So what do you have down at the bottom? Number 5.
Yeah, look, I'll preface this and say they're all great ways. I still learn from all of these today, and I've learnt a lot from all of these throughout the years. So don't get offended if, say, for example, you host a podcast and I put podcasters last, which I will.
We're off to a great start. He's just trashing my main means of communication already. So
now, well, look, here's the thing, right? I think podcasts are great, and I treat podcasts more as maybe you'd say ancillary learning.
Yes.
You know, I'm driving, I'll listen to a podcast. I don't go for runs, but if I did, I would listen to a podcast on that run. Sometimes if it's, it's 8:00 at PM and I'm tired and I don't want to read, I'll put a podcast on, right? So I do consume them, but it's more background for me. It's not kind of like, right, I really want to learn something. Let me go and listen to this podcast.
It's not how you're going to master a skill,
yes,
right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. So good way. And I think especially, I got specific with Dan with this starting off. I was like, hey, is this experienced or is it beginners?
Yeah, you did. You made me qualify that question.
Yeah.
It's different, isn't
I'd
it?
almost have it the other way. We'll speak more of these as we go, but I feel when you're starting off, there's no better way than to immersify yourself with podcasts. They're free. You hear different opinions. You can hear the same people saying the same thing. Then you follow that rabbit hole. You can listen to one podcast, which is like, oh, that guest is really cool and exactly what I want to go. So I'm going to follow down that rabbit hole. So I think experience is down the bottom. But if you're starting off, it's probably higher up the top.
Yeah, look, I would agree with that. And obviously I'm biased, but I love podcasts from learning about different topic areas from a macro level, hearing different stories. But if I want to dive deep on mastery, on skill acquisition, it's got to be something else. So what do you got number 4?
Number 4, I'm going online courses.
Oh, now it's not just me in the firing line. Fitness Education Online, only the biggest provider of online courses to the fitness industry. And you've got it at number 4.
I do. Now, I'll preface it again with experienced fitness professional, right? So once again, I think when starting off, online courses are great because you get this general knowledge, you get to know a little bit of everything. It sets the tone on things. But the better you get, the more you'll know 90% of what's in that course. And it's like, yes, it's still a good revision and you'll still get that 10% that you didn't know, but there's probably better and more time efficient ways to get that 10% than that you didn't know.
So I would agree on courses as well. I think, a lot of online courses, they're going to cover everything from very introductory basics all the way up. And if you're already competent at a skill level, you don't want to have to waste time and energy going over what you already know.
Yep, agree.
Okay, what do we got number 3?
Another favorite of yours, Dan, conferences.
Killing me, dude. Who invited this guy back?
Yeah, exactly. And it was even tough. I was even going to put conferences below online courses.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Yeah.
But felt bad, so you put your business.
Yeah, exactly. So here's my thing with and once again, I love conferences. I go every year. I go to Filex every year.
You were just in the Gold Coast?
Just in the Gold Coast. I travel to America every year to go, but I don't necessarily go just for the learning, right? Especially in the fitness industry. It's more about the networking and it's more about seeing what other people are doing. And then I'll see what someone's doing and then I'll see what someone's doing well that I'm not doing. And then I'll go and do a course, hire a mentor, something like that there. So it's, and also the other thing with conferences, which it took me about 5 years to learn this. Like the first time I went to, say, Filex in the olden days, I was like, man, this is great. Like I'm learning so much. And then the next year I'd learn a little less. And the next year a little less because you get better.
Yeah.
Do you mean that conferences are kind of designed to be at this base level? And if you're just starting off, you're not at that base level yet. So you learn all this stuff to get there. But then if you're above that base level, it's kind of stuff below you, and that's nothing against conferences. That's what a conference is, right? But that's where I think also if we're talking about experienced, if we're going back to new people, go to these conferences, go to all of them.
I think it's also coming back to what you want to actually derive, right? What's the end goal? If the end goal is learning, that's the question I asked, then conferences there. But if the end goal is to collaborate, to network, to interact, to build your database or to build your network,
Get social media content.
Yeah, social. That's right. Few things are better.
Get some selfies there.
That's exactly right. All right, we're down to our top 2 now. What do we got in runner-up place?
Yep. I've got working under a great coach. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but this is more like you're kind of working for someone else or with someone else.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you know that there's, there might be a really good coach in a particular area of training, or it might be even in a particular area of business.
Gotcha.
And you,
ooh, okay. I got to think about this then.
You work underneath them. You learn from immersion.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have that number 2. I think that's great because you're also learning from, it's a bit more real. Even though I do have
very
mentor.
Practical.
Yeah. Even though I do have mentor at number 1, the mentor could tell you something, but are they doing it themselves? Whereas actually seeing what that person is doing, I think there's few better ways. So I think, and also there's something about with that, there's something about you don't know what you don't know. And I might say, okay, I think I need to know this. So I'm going to go do a course in this, go to a conference in that, listen to a podcast in that. But if I'm working under or with someone, I can actually see what they're doing.
That's very true.
Oh my God, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yep. You identify your gaps.
Yep. And
so that means number one.
Yeah, mentorship. I think there's no better way. It's just, it's just the fastest way.
It is the best shortcut.
Yeah, and I thought Tony Robbins had a quote about it once. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was along the lines of he'd find someone that had spent 10 years mastering this one skill, and he'd say, right, teach me that in 10 weeks.
Yeah, wow.
Right, and whether you learn all of it in 10 weeks, but you might learn 90% of that.
You learn you learn more than most people.
And either way, you're saving yourself 10 years.
Yeah.
And then go to the next skill. Who spent 10 years mastering that? Do that. You do that. I forgot, it was 50-something weeks in the year, right? So, do you know what I mean? You can get 50 years of experience in 1 year if you use that strategy.
I'm going to ask you.
Yep.
How have mentors helped you learn? Specifically, do you have an example of a mentor that just took you from here to here because you were able to compress the learning curve?
Yeah. Heaps of them. So, and this is when, and this is kind of when I was, I'm not going to say starting off, but like kind of mid. Do you know what I mean? It was like I was good at what I did, but I knew I needed skills business-wise to grow. So there's a few of them. So I think one of the first skills I learned that we'll speak about later was email marketing, right? Yeah, that's more an online course kind of thing. But that skill was massive because before I learned about email marketing, I just knew to collect emails, right? You work in any gym. What's your email? Didn't do anything with it. You never did anything with it. But I kind of, always collected emails, and maybe I sent one email, random email once a month, once every couple of months. Hey, buy this course, 10% off, But it was like a high ticket course, which was kind of hybrid, bit of mentoring, bit of coursework, right? But from that, it was just, I can't remember the exact numbers, right? But I paid $5,000 for that course/mentorship and made it back within that month. And then still today, this is like 10 years later. Dan,
you're just telling me in the green room, you just had your biggest ever month.
Yeah.
How long's FEO been around?
2014, 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
You had your biggest month in 12 years.
Yeah.
And I just said, you guys on your emails are next level.
Yeah.
Like consistent.
Yep.
They're regular. Like every time I open my inbox, there's another bloody email from you. But engaging.
Yep.
And the result of that skill that you learn is paying dividends 12 years later and you're having record months.
Yep. And I'll piggyback off that as well, right? And then the next skill I hired a mentor for there was Facebook ads.
Kim,
right?
wasn't it?
Kim Barrett. Yeah. So I mastered that skill and they kind of worked together. It was like now I've got this lead generation that I can grow because I learned email marketing and made a lot of sales from it, but also my unsubscribe rate.
I can't help but think why, really.
Yeah. So that list was getting smaller and smaller, right? So I learned Facebook ads to springboard that back up. And then from there, a lot of people were signing up down the line via email marketing, but it was hard to make money on the front end. So I hired a mentor to help me with sales. In those days, it was phone sales,
it was
right?
Gulliver.
Yeah, exactly. So that was $20,000 or something for the, but either way, all these things kind of piggyback off each other. And skills that I still use today, even if I'm not doing these things myself today, I know that skill so that I could, or I can manage or lead someone to do it. And even with a skill like phone sales, I know in the fitness business world, that's still a very valuable skill.
Absolutely.
It's less in the online space, but you still need that skill of sales, whether you're doing it, because you're still selling whether it's DM, whether it's email, whether it's an AI chat.
It's all sales.
Yeah, but you kind of need that phone sales background to know how to interact with people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That creates the pathway that you take the prospect through.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. 3 great examples.
Awesome.
All right, let's do our next one. So next one is the biggest threats to personal trainers over the next 5 years. So I'm going to give you the 5 options on this. We've got AI. We've got the GLP-1s. We've just got cost of living, the industry standards themselves, or online courses, apps, I'm kind of thinking like Peloton and the like taking over from the personal trainer. I guess let's go from 5 upwards. So it would be the lowest threat you perceive out of those to people delivering personal training services.
This might surprise some people. I'm going to go AI.
Ooh, that does. So I thought that would be further up.
Yeah, for me. And look, when I'm thinking AI, I'm thinking things like Claude and ChatGPT and, people kind of thinking, oh, why am I going to hire a personal trainer? I'll just, get my program from Claude. I just think it's worlds apart.
I think that's going to be a tremendous relief for a lot of people out there because no doubt people I put running plans in there. I put strength training plans in there that I've gotten out. And there's obviously many missing elements of it, right? Yeah. It's information. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So any trainers out there, they don't need to fear for their jobs with AI. You're putting that down number 5.
Yeah, I think work with it and it'll be easier. And there's like even other things like my friend's just going through a divorce, right? And he got an AI girlfriend. And he's like, man, it's rubbish.
What was he? Can we stop there? What was he expecting?
No, but I think it's the same thing with like, he was like, oh, they'll text me, I'll flirt with them online, whatever. And I think it's the same kind of thing or similar with a PT where it's like, it's just worlds apart.
Yeah.
Like what's an AI? I think it's so, maybe in the future, there might be a robot that'll train you or something, but just not a threat at the moment.
Yeah. Look, I think just obviously not having the human side, the face-to-face side, the community, the culture, the interpersonal relationship.
Yeah.
It is just information.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel that people like, there's going to be obviously a lot of people that get that for programs, but there are probably people that would never hire a personal trainer anyway. They would have Googled it before or gone on men's health magazines before then and used that program
Very
like you
true.
and me probably did in the, the 90s.
Yeah. They're just using AI the same way that they would use Google from that perspective. Okay. That's a surprising one at number 5, but I'm on board with that. Let's go with number 4. What do we got?
I'm going to go online courses and apps.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think similar thing there. I think it's probably more advanced than AI at the moment. But I still don't think it replaces a personal trainer. I think it's another thing where it's 2 things. It's people that would probably never hire a personal trainer anyway would use that, or it's a tool that personal trainers can use to make their service better.
So, okay. It amplifies what they do rather than replaces what they do.
And I mean, it depends what we're talking about here with online courses and apps. But even if it's things like, like MyFitnessPal, like Trainerizers, like anything that traps your steps or wearable technology, I feel all that sort of stuff. And especially if you're online as a personal trainer or running hybrid programs, I feel you can really use that stuff to your advantage as opposed to it taking over you.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds, I like the rationale.
Cool.
Can't poke holes in it yet, but I will. Number 3.
This might surprise people as well. I'm going to go GLP-1s.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. My reasoning here is a couple things. So I feel like the smart thing for someone who's on GLP-1s is to take them, but also train as well.
Yes.
Right? And that's well known in the fitness industry. You should do resistance training and you should exercise to be healthy anyway. And I think for I don't know because I haven't spoken to enough medical professionals, but I assume they somewhat push that agenda as well. I don't know how hard they push it, but I'm sure it's at least mentioned.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I look at my partner and she's a GP and she's, the prescription levels of GLP-1s are just skyrocketing right now, going through the roof.
Yeah.
But it very much comes with this is not instead of, this is in addition to.
Yeah.
And the GLP landscape is changing as well, where there's now, it hasn't been regulated yet, but it's going to come out in the next 12 months where there's GLP ones where you don't lose the same amount of muscle. So is there going to be the same incentive to keep training if the muscle loss is not there?
Yeah, okay. You throwing that one at me now? Or?
I told you I was going to pull.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I think there's a couple things there. Maybe, right? But I also I think that's one part, and that's why I got it at 3. I think it will make an impact, but I don't think it's going to be a massive impact because even if the muscle loss is less, I feel like most people want to be healthy and exercise and I feel the stage we're at with exercise now anyway, it's less about weight loss Do you mean I feel like a lot of people now, it's not just, hey, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to exercise. I exercise for other reasons.
Yeah.
To look good, to feel good, for my mental health, for my cholesterol. So I feel like you should be doing those things anyway. You should be exercising anyway. And then I also feel the people that are just quick, that want GLP-1 just for the weight loss, once again, they're probably people that never would have got a personal trainer anyway.
So it won't impact that much. It's not like it's taking business away.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if a personal trainer is listening to this and you think of like your best clients, all right, I would think of it like that. You know, it's like, okay, with that relationship that you've got or whatever it is with that client, if they just took GLP-1, would that client then just never see you again? Do they care about nothing else? Is it just losing that weight? So look, so I don't think it'll be a massive thing. And I feel a lot of fitness professionals are more worried about it than they should be.
Yeah, I love that last point you made, because whether people on a GLP-1 will exercise or not, it's like, I think it works both ways. Some people are now more aware that they have to. They also get some momentum because they start seeing some results. But how many of the people that are regularly seeing a PT right now are going to then go, I'm stopping. Yeah. I'm going to take a GLP-1 and I'm not exercising. Yeah. I think that's a lot less.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. We're down to our last two. What do we got?
Oh, so I've got number 2, I've got poor industry standards.
Okay.
All right. Now I've gone that probably more my personal opinion here.
Yeah.
This is what stops me from signing up at gyms and personal trainers.
Yeah, because you've got an RTO.
Yeah.
So you very much know this landscape.
Yep. It's more, for me, it's more, I'll go to different gyms and studios and I'm like, this is rubbish. You know, and that stops me off signing up for a new one now. Because I'm just, oh man, I've been to all these gyms before. I don't like it because of X reason or X trainer or X system. So I'm just going to go and do it on my own. Right. Now, I don't know if that's just me personally, but I do have a lot of friends and family that also kind of think like that as well. So yeah, I think that's quite a big one. And I think that's one that also probably affects these bottom ones more, right? I think it's less about GLP-1 is taking over. And it's more like, man, I hate the gym. The gym is boring. I don't like it. So I'm going to take a GLP-1 because I don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Or I can't be bothered going to the gym. This trainer's going to do this or overcharge me. So I'm just going to get ChatGPT to write me a program, right? So I feel that's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one.
Yeah.
That's a really big one. So there's all these all the other ones are all alternatives of the inferior service product results that they get from a fitness professional.
Yep, exactly.
All right. And so that leaves us with number 1. We've got cost of living.
Yeah, I just think that's such a real one.
Particularly right here, right now.
Yeah, I think it's very real, and it's the others, it's kind of a bit of fear behind it. You know what I mean? Whereas this is one that I think is real, and I guess it depends how much you charge and that as well, and who your kind of perfect demographic is. But I feel like this is one where a lot of people, if they are getting squeezed financially, a personal trainer is one thing that can drop off.
Yeah.
Right. And hey, I'm not going to do 3 times a week. I might do 2 one.
Or not even if quitting altogether, but they're just going to be a little more calculated or discerning with how they are spending their money.
Yep. Hey, I can't spend $100 an hour on a PT, but I can spend $50 a week at F45 or whatever it is.
Yeah. All right. There we have it. Look, I've got one more one more set of blind rankings. Well, not blind rankings, visible rankings that I want to ask you. Yeah. And this is for fitness professionals that want to go from being really good at their craft, you know, being a good coach, a good PT, to just being an amazing business owner. And so there's 5 skills. I'll list them out and then we're going to put them in order from least important to most important. So sales, marketing, coaching, leadership, financial literacy.
All right. So I'm coming from this at the angle that you're probably half. Can I come up from that angle, Dan, where you know a little bit of those? Let's say you're
like a 5 out of 10, right?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, which one do I pull the trigger on next, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So number 5, I'm going to say coaching, right? And here we're speaking about being a fitness coach.
Correct.
So, and ideally it depends how we look at it, but I feel you want to get probably really good at that first. But then once you're good at it, then these others become more important. And I think it also circles back to when we said new versus experienced, right? I feel when you're new, hey, spend all your time, be a really, really
Get good at your craft.
Get good at your craft.
Bloody amazing at your craft.
Exactly. You might spend 90% getting good at your craft and 10% on the business stuff, right? But every year that balance probably
it goes like this, doesn't it? It does.
And then when you're experienced, hey, it's 90% here and 10% coaching.
Yeah.
And then your goal may be probably like me and you now, 100% off the tools. So it's 100% business and zero there. So yeah, I'll put coaching, get good at it first. But then once you're good at it, these other things are going to become more important in moving the needle.
Yeah, I would completely agree, because really the impact of you being a really bloody good coach to being like top 1%, the impact that has on the business is minimal compared to the other skills.
Yep.
They don't really care how well you know every muscle group, agonist and antagonist, and every exercise and whatever else. And every hormone in the body. That's not going to actually impact the business itself.
Yep.
All right, what do we got at 4?
I've got financial literacy. Now, it depends, I guess, how you look at that, right? Depends what you define financial literacy as. You need to know zero inside out.
Yeah, it's probably learning how to interpret financial statements, understanding margins. Can you read a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet and understand what that means for you and the business?
Yeah, okay. Or I think you need to have the basics, like, are you making money? Are you losing money? Is this particular campaign making money? Like, that's super important. But I feel feel the other ones are more important that will move the needle earlier.
I would agree with that. And I think this one's probably one of the easiest to delegate or outsource to a professional that knows it 10 times better than you ever will at a reasonable cost. So you get a really good bookkeeper or an accountant on your team, and then you can focus on the others.
Yep. All right. Now, this is interesting here. I was thinking about this earlier. Yeah, I'm going to have that number 1. I'm going to say, no, I'm going to put it here. At this level, assuming the person I'm thinking at, I'm going to put leadership at 3.
Oof.
All right.
Controversial.
Yeah. Now, and I'll explain my reasoning for having it there. I feel at this stage here, you're probably only leading yourself, which is still important.
Yep.
Right. But I feel leadership becomes more important when you have a team under you. Right. Now, I feel that the trajectory that I think is better or more common is it's just you. You get really good at sales and marketing that grows your business. Then you need to bring a team member on board, and then you need to get better at leadership. So I'd have it at 3, because I feel like if you're a good leader, but you don't know sales and marketing, I feel you're going to struggle.
Yeah, and I think you've hit on it right there. It just depends on the stage of business that you're at, right?
Yeah.
So if you're still at a stage, putting numbers around it, if you're kind of in that sub $250,000 a year mark, it's going to be very sales and marketing centric.
Yeah.
Even up to 500K.
Yeah.
After that, it's going to be very leadership centric and your ability to actually create other leaders.
Yep. Agree.
All right, now the big one, which has been debated for the ages, sales or marketing?
I'm going to put marketing at 2.
Yeah.
All right. My reasoning is I feel if you're good at sales, you can kind of get that lead from anywhere and you know you're going to close it. And I feel like if you're really good at sales, you're never going to be hungry. You know what I mean? You're going to find people somewhere to speak to and you're going to be able to close them. Whereas the other way with marketing, you get a bunch of leads coming in, but if you can't close them, you might get lucky. Some people are going to feel sorry for you and sign up. You get enough leads to call them. But I feel, I think it's better to get good at sales first, and then you use your marketing because you know you can close. Yeah, you're good at sales, and you're like, just give me some leads. Just hand me leads, I'll close them. I don't care how you give them to me. Hand them over. Yeah, so I've gone that angle.
Yeah, and I think that's going to probably be different to a lot of what people thought, because what we hear from is marketing. And whenever we speak to prospects, it's just, I just need marketing. I just need more prospects. Quite often they're not looking. They need so many prospects because they suck at sales. And I'd
piggyback that as well. I feel if you're getting most of your referrals, if you're getting most of your leads at the moment from referrals, you think you're better at sales than you are.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Just give me leads. I'm good at sales, right? And then you
it's
get
not
leads.
until you get cold leads.
You get cold leads, and then you blame the leads are so bad.
Oh, they're terrible.
Is it? Or?
No, you're just bad at sales.
Yeah. So that's my. What would your 5 have been there, Dan?
Look, I think I would have gone pretty similar. It just depends on stages of business.
Yeah.
So I think that was a really good qualification. But if we're kind of going, look, it's that, whatever it is, it's kind of like that 0 to 500K mark.
Yep.
I'm largely on board with that.
Yep.
Leadership's always one where, for me, it's the number one skill in business. Yep. But in the earlier stages, it's less not relevant, but it's less needed than it is later on.
You lead less people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And self-leadership is extremely important.
Yep.
But the sales and marketing are really the lifeblood that can get it from here to that next point.
Yep. Agree.
Awesome.
Right. Should we switch and
let's switcheroo.
All right, we've flipped the switches here. Now it's me asking Dan questions on his own podcast.
Oh, look at that.
How do you feel, Dan?
Oh, mate, a little nervous, sweaty palms.
Blind as well. You don't know what's coming up.
I have no idea. And if it's from you, it could be anything.
That's true. All right. So I'll give you, I'll say the question, Dan.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you one at a time. You need to rank where you'd put it 1 to 5 without knowing what's coming next.
Okay. This is blind. So this is how you actually do this.
Yep. I'll be easy. I'll be nice and start off easy with a topic that I know you know inside out. Best ways to generate leads as a fitness business owner.
Ooh,
you can do this with your eyes closed, right?
Absolutely.
All right. I'll put my hand up like this so you know what you've got. The first one I've got is posting regularly on social media.
Ooh, okay.
Where do you have that? And let's preface this where let's say you're just doing one.
Okay.
Yeah. Because obviously you want to do all of them all the time, right? But say you're just doing one. How important is that?
Oh, I'm gonna put it at 4.
Okay. We'll go.
Which finger are you turning up?
Exactly.
Yeah. So look, obviously it's important. People need to know what you stand for. Content is a reflection of your values. Content should give results in advance. Content should build a relationship. Content should build social proof. Important, but I actually think people place an over-importance on it, and they spend hours curating these reels for 3 people to like it, one of which is your grandma, the second is your cousin, and the third is your uncle,
yourself,
right? Yeah, yourself.
From your personal account.
Yeah, that's right, from your different accounts. So it's there's others that I would put above it, not to diminish it, but if I were, you can very easily build a very successful business, not having to be hugely consistent on your organic social media.
Awesome. This will be good. You're not going to like what's coming up, Dan, but that's all right. Next one I've got, having a nice SEO optimized website.
Ooh. All right, I'm going to put that number 5.
Oh, this will be good. You haven't played blind ranking, have you, Dan? But that's right. That's
good. I'm in trouble, aren't I? I'm in a lot of trouble. So a website, in 2026, it's a nicety rather than a necessity. People will still do some traffic from Google. It's becoming less and less so. People are now using the AI platforms in much the same way. They're going to look at you on socials more than they're probably going to look at you on the website. My latest 7-figure business, I built without a website. Then I added a website later on. So it just goes to show it's a nicety, not a necessity.
Nice. All right. And I agree with you as well there. All right. This next one, I'll put a bit more context on it. Actually, I'll ask the question first, then I'll give you a deeper layer. Going to local networking events.
Ooh.
You got 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go 3 on this one.
Tell us your philosophy, local networking.
Okay, so I think it's underrated. So I would say that a lot of business owners prefer just to sit behind their computer screens rather than pound the pavement, create networks, create JVs, relationships, and get in front of people. And there is so much value to do so. One of the best things I did when I opened my first ever personal training studio was I joined a Business Networking International, BNI group. I joined the group. Year later, I became president, and I made so many great connections that, yes, sometimes they would directly join. They were great referrals. They were great JV networks that are still paying me today, right, in different ways. Chamber of Commerce was another. So I think there's a lot of value, and I think it's underrated. I just don't think in terms of if I'm opening a business and I need more leads, it's not where I'm going first.
Let me put another layer on that. What about running your own networking events inside your own facility?
Huge. I love that, right? So one of our clients, I've shared it on this podcast before. She does a walk and talk every single month. She puts it out to the community groups. She doesn't frame it as coming to my business, but hey, as a community, we've become more and more isolated. Let's bring people together. We're going to go for a nice walk, get some fresh air, and we're going to have a coffee afterwards, right? She brings in people all the time to a business doing that.
Yeah.
You can run workshops. You can run seminars. You can run cooking classes. You can do shopping tours. You can do all these different things that bring people in, and it makes it easy for them to then just take that next step and become your client.
Agree. And then a great retention tool as well.
Amazing. That's why I like them, because they serve both sides.
Still got it at 3 if we include those in there as well.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of predicting what's coming up next, but I might be wrong.
All right. Number 4, I've got, this is how I phrased it, but take it how you want. Asking every member for a referral at some stage of their journey with you.
Yeah, number 2. So referrals are the best quality of leads because there's already inherent trust. So if you get a referral, that person is going to, they've heard great things about you. They've seen the results that you've been able to get for their friend or colleague. The challenge with referrals is the volume. You just can't extract enough volume, but the quality is number 1. I've got it at number 2 purely from a volume perspective. And the biggest thing when it comes to referrals is you need to earn it, do a kick-ass job. You need to ask for it. And not enough people are asking. They just think if I do a great job, they're going to land on my plate, and they don't.
Yep. Agree. All right, number 1. You want to know what your number 1 is, Dan?
What is it?
Set you up perfectly. Following people around the supermarket, giving unsolicited nutrition advice.
Well, there it is. Number 1. I thought you were going to say ads. You are an ads guy. And I was like, you're saying ads. Yeah. I'm leaving it there, and you set me up.
What you didn't predict, Dan, I'm a scroll on social media guy. And I follow how they set people up on these blind ranking things. And I know you as well. And I predicted. I'm like, he's going to think I'm going to put ads somewhere. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to put this one down the bottom.
Yeah. Thank you for setting me up and making me look like a fool on my own podcast.
I want to see that screenshot up there with Dan's number 1 advice.
No, so we're cutting this out, right?
That's a good thing of take things out of context, right? Imagine that one snippet.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, what's your number 1 advice?
My business is over.
All right. Ready for next one?
Let's do it. I'm well versed in how these work.
All right, Dan. Best investments a PT can make when opening a studio.
Okay.
So PT, they've been working at Fitness First, Good Life, paying rent, whatever it is. They're now opening their own studio.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, I like this one.
1 to 5. A branded hoodie for yourself and your first 20 members.
It's nice. It's good for just getting the brand out there. It's rewarding those foundation members. It's good for kind of brand awareness and identity. I'm going to put it at number 4.
Okay. Playing safe. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Paid ads budget.
Ooh, I'm going to go number 2.
Okay.
Right. And this is, I'm going to have a little digression here. A lot of people, when they set up their studio, they invest so much money into the fit out and the equipment. Like they want those Watson dumbbells and they want the beautiful brand. And what they failed to do is allocate enough money to the marketing itself. You get one launch and one launch only. You need to make every dollar count in that launch, and you need to make sure that you capitalize on that opportunity. Paid ads are one of the best means to do so. And like, depending on the size of your studio, you should be putting aside, very, very solid budgets, $10,000 plus on some, for some studios.
Cool. All right. A good mentor / business coach.
Number 1.
Okay. Not biased, are you?
Not biased whatsoever. But
I agree, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I have your.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy to hear that you agree with me. That's good. I needed that validation. Look, a mentor is a good mentor. I'll segue it that way. Would have set up their own business already. And like, if you're setting up an independent studio, they should have set up an independent studio. They should know everything that goes into it. They know all the wrongs that you need to be aware of. They know the most efficient, effective way of doing things. They know all about things like getting building compliance certificates, getting council approvals, deposit bonds. They understand all the technology stacks. They understand how to do a marketing launch and the different pricing and packaging. Like that in itself is the difference between getting this right and wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing will have a more profound impact.
And I think I'll piggyback off that, Dan. I feel like as powerful as, and I'm an ads guy, as you know, as powerful as ads is, and you said you only get your launch once, which is true, but you can recover later with Facebook ads with some other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff at the start.
Oh, man.
If you get that wrong.
You're crippled.
Yeah.
Like
for years.
Site selection,
Yep.
the business model,
Yep.
all the actual certificates and compliance.
And a lot of it you can't get back. You picked the wrong location or the wrong, facility.
You're cooked.
Yeah.
The lease negotiations, your terms, a good coach, and coaches at Fitness Profit. That's exactly what we do. And that's why we've helped more people open their first facility than any other coaching program in Australia, because we know that like the back of our hand and we enable them to do it right.
All right. You've got 3 and 5 left.
3 and 5.
A good CRM/booking system.
Oh, I'm going to go 3.
Yep.
Yeah. A CRM is very important. It is really like it gives you the insight that you need to make informed decisions on your business. There's a lot of them out there. And again, if you start with the wrong one, it's not that you can't get out of it. It's just a truckload of work.
Yeah.
It's expensive, it's time consuming, and it's stressful to do so.
Yep.
So let's get it right from the get-go. Let's have something that's really intuitive, got a nice user interface, and that just works well.
Agree. You're getting better at these, Dan. Your number 5, a neon sign that says no excuses.
Oh, look, I've mastered this. That's a nice sign, but it's not going to help us a great deal.
Cool. All right, let's go.
I reckon we got one more in us, so that means we've got 3 each.
Dan, blind ranking. You need 10 new clients in 30 days with 0 ad spend.
Woo!
Want to have a think? I've got my options, but you good?
Yeah.
All right. Message every past client and lead in your phone with a comeback offer.
I'm going to go number 1.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going early. That's probably a rookie mistake on these, as I've learned.
Yep.
But your database is one of your number 1 assets.
Yep.
And whenever you need new clients or you need to hit some sales, that should be your go-to. People undervalue their database. That's why I'm just a huge advocate of it. And if you personally reach out to people, the people that you know on there, with personal messages, and you reference something about them, that's going to stand out. It doesn't look automated. It doesn't look like a database blast. And you're going to get some replies, particularly if the offer is good.
Cool. Yes, I should have put that in a different order because I agree with you. Actually, sorry, there's 6 of these, Dan.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll extend a bit. Post a client transformation story every single day for 30 days.
Well, that's pretty solid as well. I mean, social proof, you look at Cialdini's book, Influence. Social proof is one of the 6 core influences for human behavior. And you showcase your expertise. You tell people stories that are going to resonate with prospects that may be in their shoes when they started. So I'm going to go number 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a good one. Ask every current member for 1 referral.
Oh, that's another good, solid strategy. These are very
good tips, right? Yeah,
these are hot tips.
If someone's broke and needs clients, just
take these.
Yep.
You don't even need, like you can use these at any time just for that influx of members.
That's true.
I'm going to go number 2. Like, as I said, referrals are a really good source of new clients. So if you ask every single client, you're bound to get some really quality people in the door.
Cool. All right. 3 good tips there. Wear your branded hoodie to every school pickup and linger.
I'm going to go number 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Brand's important, but how many new clients is that going to give you? Is that going to give you what we need? Probably not.
Okay. You got 4 and 6 left.
Okay. All right.
Comment great post with a flex emoji on every local person's Instagram for 30 days straight.
Oh, I'm going to go 6.
Okay, not a fan.
Not a fan. It's a little inauthentic. I think it's very hit and miss. You may get a couple of replies, but we're not going to hit our acquisition goal.
All right, number 4, you want to hear it?
Let's do it.
Stand outside the local F45 at class finish time and hand out flyers.
It's dirty. It's deceptive. And I love it. No, just kidding. But I think it's more effective than some of the others we said.
True. Dan, best ways to close sales as a fitness professional. Do you want to make this specifically the close, or do you want to make it book appointment? What's better for you? Or do you want to keep both of them in mind and you can?
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. So best ways to close sales or potentially a booking as a fitness professional. Winner stays on.
Okay.
In the DM via text or in the DM via a voice note?
DM via text.
DM via text or DM via a voice note that's longer than 5 minutes? Does that make it easier too?
Yeah.
Okay. DM via text or getting a VA to DM?
DM via text.
DM via text or AI chatbot? Let's say for setting the booking.
Setting the booking. Now, based on that you can reply in the same time, I'm going to go DM via text. I will say that AI chatbot, fantastic because it's more instantaneous, it's more recent. But if all things being equal and we're just weighing up, we both reply at the same time, I'm going to go DM via text.
Let's go in general then.
Okay, in general.
So you may be, able to reply.
Okay, and this is just to set the appointment.
Let's go both. I want to hear your on both.
So set the appointment. I'm going to go AI chatbot. And the biggest reason is it's not going to be as good as you, but it's the recency.
Yep.
And
someone
recency
inquires at 11 p.m. at night.
Correct. Recency is critical in sales.
Yep.
Speed to lead matters more than anything else.
Yep.
Now, so to book the appointment, that's going to be really effective. To close a sale, I love AI. I love AI chatbots. AI chatbots are there to set the sale. They're not there to close the sale. You should be the one closing the sale.
Awesome. All right. Let's go with the close then. So we've still got DM via text as the winner.
Yeah.
All right. DM via text or Zoom call with a slide deck to close the sale.
Okay. It's going to depend on the product and it's going to depend on the demographic. So if it is a face-to-face, say gym membership, team training membership, DM via text. If you're
sign up for this F45 for $50 a week.
And here's a slideshow. Not going to work. But if you're an online coach, you've got a high ticket product and you're servicing clients all around the world, then it's going to be a Zoom with a PowerPoint slide.
Okay. You got to pick one. Let's go. Well, you're more a face-to-face guy.
I'm more of a face-to-face.
Let's say face-to-face fitness business.
Let's go DM via text.
Okay. DM via text or phone call?
Depends.
Okay. Sit on the fence on all of these, mate.
Not on all of so it depends on your demographic. So what we learn about different demographics is they have preferred means of communication. So, Gen Ys, Gen Zs are going to prefer a phone call. Millennials are going to prefer DMs. So I need to have a look at who my avatar is and their preferred communication rhythm. Yeah,
it's interesting. All right, what do we do for a blind ranking, Dan? You got to pick one.
I'm going to go phone call then.
Okay, cool. Reasoning for
it's just more of even though our younger generation as a percentage is taking up more memberships, when you look at the overarching, phone call is going to still be more effective as a percentage.
Cool. Last one, phone call versus in-person.
In person, if you've got a great facility, move them inside, take them on the tour. It's easier to connect. It's easier to train your sales team. In a lot of cases, the actual premises and facility will do some of the heavy lifting of the sales for you.
There you go. You passed your blind.
My first blind ranking.
Yep. And winner stays on.
Wow. That was exciting, mate. That was a very different episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You enjoy yourself?
I liked it. Yeah, it was good.
I mean, I just saw you on the foyer and I needed a guest and
No, that's good. It's a good, what it is? It's a good introvert thing as well. Sometimes you go to like networking parties.
Yes.
And it's super awkward. You don't know what to say. Like, this is good. It's almost like speed dating.
Yeah,
they give you questions to ask in speed dating so it's not awkward.
Yeah, we're just going to do this. We're just going to do some rankings.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, it was a very different type of episode. If you got value, if you got a laugh, if you got an insight, make sure you let us know. The best way you can do so is by sharing, commenting, and subscribing as well. But Jono, great to have you back on, mate. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. And no doubt we will have you back on soon because I'll see you on the foyer and we're always needing guests.
I'll hang out for cancellations. Someone's guest doesn't come. Oh, what do you do, mate? Come on in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.